Hey everyone, this is Daniel and Kelly from FitnessBlender.com, and today is day number 5 of our 5-day fitness challenge for busy people. So this is the last day of torture we have for you guys, and it is just that. It is absolutely torturous.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I am not looking forward to having to film this whatsoever.
We're doing a combination of HIIT and lower body strength training. We've included both a warm-up and a cool-down, and the only thing you're going to need is actually an optional set of dumbbells. So if you have them, great, and if you don't, you're still going to get in an awesome workout.
So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Hey everybody, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. We're going to be doing 30 seconds of each one of these, starting off with good old boxer shuffles. So go ahead and get those feet moving very, very quickly, moving back and forth between feet, up on the ball of your foot. Again, if you have been really sedentary today, you might want to do a little bit longer of a warm-up. Otherwise, this should be just fine if you've been moving around a little bit already. Just keep those lungs open, keep those feet moving. Bring that heart rate up nice and slow, bring that core temperature up nice and slow.
Next up, we're going into side lunges. So we're going to keep this really shallow at first since we're just warming up. Right.
Feet nice and wide. Just dropping off to the left, coming back up to the center, dropping off to the right. Those feet stay stationary. You're just nice and slow, moving back and forth between legs. That trailing leg always stays nice and straight. Limit that range of motion at first. And start trying to push more and more into it, trying to stretch out that inner thigh as well as stretching out those hip joints.
All right, 5 seconds, and we're going into alternating lunges.
Stand up nice and straight and tall. This is just a traditional lunge, so step out, and then right back up, and out with the opposite foot. So you want to try to keep that torso pretty much straight up and down. Make sure you're trying to evenly disperse your weight between your front and your rear leg. Dropping down as low as is comfortable. Again, limit that range of motion if you need to, if you're still not quite warmed up. Almost done. Going to traditional squats next. So feet just about shoulder width apart. You want to do a nice deep squat as much as you can again. So start with a limited range of motion if you need to. Keep that back nice and flat. Drop it down a little bit lower as you can. Might be starting to feel your respiration rate, your breathing rate increase just a little bit. Might even be starting to feel a little bit warmer. Maybe you can get a little bit of sweat going.
Alright, next up,
We're doing up and outs. So your foot's going to come up out to the side, then same thing the other side. If you want to do a little bit faster version, it's just a little bit of a hop.
I think I'm doing the easier version today. You want to follow along with me for the low impact version or the intermediate version.
Kelly won the rock, paper, scissors today for the easier version. Alright, our last one's going to be traditional jumping jacks. So just get those arms and legs going. Again, start out relatively slow, arms and legs nice and rigid. And then start speeding it up as you can. Try to get a little bit more of a cardio bump out of it.
Low impact version, just take the jumps out. 5 seconds.
Alright, back to that boxer shuffle. We'll be back in just a second to start into our first round of HIIT. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ready for our first group here. We're doing 4 rounds of a HIIT exercise and then 8 repetitions of a strength exercise focused on those legs. So our first group is going to be burpees. So let's go ahead and get started with that. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
2, 1, here we go.
Again, following me for the harder version, following Kelly for the intermediate and beginner version. Alright, back into that boxer shuffle. Remember, active rest or active recovery. Nice big full deep breaths. Try to get yourself as rested as you can in between. Alright, start them up. Alright, back to that active recovery. That's 2 down, we got 2 more to go. Keep those feet moving.
2, 1, here we go.
Make sure you get a nice full extension on that burpee. All the way out with those legs.
If you're doing it one step at a time like me, make sure you're leading with a different foot each time. Mix up the order constantly.
All right, that's 3 down. We got 1 more to go, which is good because my legs are starting to burn.
There you go.
Whew, all right.
Okay.
That is the 4th one. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Set those weights up. We're doing a sumo squat next. So those feet out really nice and wide.
It's got 9 pounds per hand this time.
And I'm using 35 a hand. So those feet out really nice and wide. Ready? All right, 8 repetitions. Start them up. Nice and low. Keep those hips out wide. Keep that chest pretty much straight up and down the entire time.
Squeeze your glutes on the way up. Focus on keeping those muscles tight. This number 5.
6. 7. 1 more. And relax.
There we go. Alright. Keep your feet moving. Our next HIIT interval is jumping lunges. So
yay!
we're really brutalizing those legs today. Alright, 2, 1, here we go. So for the intermediate versions, lunge and then switch feet. So it's just a little bit slower than what Daniel's doing.
So basically, the biggest difference for that harder version is trying to go a little bit lower at that knee, trying to move faster. Ouch. This is gonna hurt so bad. Nice big full deep breaths to recover.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to stop talking here pretty soon. So Kelly's gonna have to take over. 100%. Whew.
2, 1. Oh. All right, that's halfway, right? 2 down?
That's 2 down.
Okay.
Ouch.
2, 1, here we go. So it helps to push through these routines to turn on some music you like. So open up a second window, find any one of the free radio stations out there, or your favorite CD or MP3 or whatever you crazy kids are up to these days. Anyway, whatever you listen to. Music definitely helps push yourself through these routines.
Kelly's definitely one of those that loves having music. She always gets mad at me when I make her turn it off.
Actually, relevant.
Very poignant for today.
I just did that.
She's actually mad at me right now.
Round it out. Extra set of jumping lunges for you.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Right.
that burns.
That is it.
That's number 4. So we're moving on to our strength exercise, which is going to be a calf raise plus a squat. So you don't need a ton of weight for this one, but you do need a lot of balance.
12. 12 per hand.
All right, I'm going for 35 again. Let's see how this works. So relatively narrow stance, about shoulder width apart. Nice flat back, drop down, come back up, press up onto those toes, right back down again.
So you notice we're doing this very deliberately. So it's tempting to just push up on your toes really quick and drop back down, but do your best to slow it down and control it.
Oh, I have no idea what that is. I think that's 4.
Yeah. Let's say that's 5. I think we're on different reps.
That's okay.
An extra rep never killed anybody, right?
Nah. Last one. And let it relax.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it for the first half already. Go grab a quick drink of water and we'll be right back for the second half.
All right, let's go ahead and get started back into our HIIT routine again. We've got 3 more groups to go through. We're starting off with a squat lunge. You'll be staying down in a squat position, moving back and forth from a lunge. So this is going to be nice and tiring. Those legs, you get a lot of lactic acid buildup on this one. All right, so squat down nice and low. You step back into a lunge, come back to a squat. That's all there is to it. The faster you move, the more advanced it's going to be. Otherwise, go nice and slow, and like Kelly's doing for the easier version, you actually come all the way back up to give those legs a little bit of a rest.
3 seconds. Right.
Shake those legs out for just
One
a second.
down.
Keep those feet moving, keep those lungs open, try to recover as best you can. Right back down into it. Keep those lungs open, keep those hips down nice and low as is comfortable.
Remember to take a break whenever you need to. If your form starts to suffer especially. Sometimes even just a couple seconds to shake your legs out can make all the difference. And then you can push yourself harder when you come back to the exercise.
All right, that's halfway through, we got 2 more to go.
Ew.
Also remember, the longer of a lunge you do, the longer of a step you do behind you, the harder it's going to be as well.
Halfway, whoop, falling over. Ooh, my legs are burning like this.
Nice. 1 more round to go. Remember, you can always limit that range of motion as well. You don't even have to go as low as Kelly does. This is getting too hard for you.
Actually.
All right, this is our last one of these. Got about 11 seconds left. We're moving into a reverse lunge with weights this time. If you have weights handy, be thinking of grabbing them here in just a second. All right, keep those feet moving. 8 repetitions of those reverse lunge steps, or reverse lunge with a knee up. So we're doing 8 repetitions on each leg. We're gonna make this nice and painful. So 16 repetitions total. Let's drop that just a little bit.
You good? I have 9 pounds per hand. This one.
All right, I'm using, let's see, 30 pounds per hand is what I've got. So remember, 8 repetitions per. So you're going to go from a lunge and then come up, draw a knee up, and then switch back to that other leg, draw that knee up.
There's 2. Halfway.
Just keep it going.
One more on each side. What do we have next? Curtsy. Curtsy. Let's jump.
All right.
All right.
Drop those weights. We're going to the next HIIT one. Get those feet moving.
Ready?
Oh my gosh, a curtsy lunge jump.
Yep.
All right.
So, curtsy lunge, jump up in the center for the hard version. Otherwise, just come up with that knee if you want to take out the jump.
So, I'm doing the harder version. As you can see, you jump up off of 1 foot and try to stay stationary, kind of jumping left to right.
Right.
Get those feet moving again.
There's 1.
So again, for the harder version, you want to try to put as much weight into 1 leg at a time as you can as you jump.
Here we go. Contract your core, make that knee up count. Especially if you're not jumping, it's nice to kind of crunch towards it once you're standing. Get a little extra work out of it. All right, that's halfway for those. How you doing?
Pretty good. My legs are pretty tired, but...
There you go. You might make it.
All right, here we go. Picking up speed on it.
Good. That's halfway. All right. Just one more of those.
Keep those feet moving. Nice big full deep breath to recover as best you can.
Here we go. Halfway. 5 seconds. All right.
All right.
Next up, we're doing a deadlift with your toes out. So you're gonna want to lift lighter than you do for a regular deadlift, because this is a very unique range of motion. I think I'm gonna go for 15 pounds per hand. If you've never tried these before with us, really do lift lighter than you normally do. You're gonna feel these the next day.
This rotation on your hip, we're actually gonna do out and in here in a second, but they make those glutes work a lot differently.
So toes pointed out, otherwise all the same rules of regular deadlift. Keep your back super flat, go down as low as you can control, and then squeeze on the way up.
So with this one, you wanna keep those legs locked out. We're almost completely locked out, just a tiny, tiny bit soft, just don't bend them. So like Kelly said, flat back, as much range of motion down to the ground as you can without letting that lower back round. Keep those lungs open.
It's halfway, right?
Yep.
Number 5.
One more.
Yep.
And let it relax.
Alright. Last group of 2. This one we're doing plank in and outs with a deadlift toes in this next time. So, are you ready?
I think so.
Daniel's going to show you the easier version. Otherwise, get down for that plank.
I'm showing the harder version.
Oh, sorry.
Easier version.
Yeah. You can keep the harder version.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Here we go. So for the easy version, you're stepping wide, out, out, in, out, out, in. So you're leading with a different foot each time. 5 seconds left.
Back up. So once you get that rhythm down, popping those feet in and out every single time, alternating between close and wide, you want to speed it up as much as you can. Further up underneath you, you bring those feet, the harder it's going to be. So try to focus on pulling those feet in as well. Whew.
2 more. I'm so excited to be done.
Yeah.
It feels so good to be done. The best part is when it's over.
Oh my gosh. One more?
Yep.
Ouch. That's getting a good burn going.
2, 1. Here we go. I think I'm actually walking up the wall.
Yeah. Starting to float.
Yeah. 5 seconds.
Oh man. All right, shake those feet out just a little bit. We got one more round of deadlifts to go. This time with your toes pointed in. So kind of a pigeon-toed position.
I'm gonna bump it up to 18 pounds this time. It didn't quite feel hard enough last time.
I'm gonna stick with my 35 because the toes in is a little bit more difficult than toes out. Ready?
Ready? Here we go. This is the last exercise of the entire 5-day challenge.
Let me just put it out there as a caveat. If you have bad hips, or especially if you have an artificial hip, do not do this exercise. If everything's nice and healthy, you should be fine. But don't do this if you have any hip or glute injuries currently.
There we go, 2 more. Alright,
Okay.
that's it.
Set these back up. We're moving on to a little bit of a stretch cool down next. So go and get those feet moving, get in that boxer shuffle. Try and let that heart rate drop slowly. Whew.
That was a good workout.
That was a good workout. I think I'm definitely gonna feel that tomorrow.
Yeah. I know I definitely, day 1 was the worst for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling a little bit for those upper body ones, but legs are okay. I got to do the easy version on day 1, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm not feeling it in my legs.
I'm a little bit sore pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, ready?
Touch the toes. A wide toe touch stance.
Just keep those lungs open. Breathing as normally as you can. Try to get as much oxygen back into your system as possible.
Okay, want to do a quad stretch?
Yeah. So back up, standing nice and straight and tall. Kicking 1 foot back behind you. If you need to, put it up in a chair or on a bench or something like that if you can't grab hold of yourself. Otherwise, standing straight up and down, nice and tall. Heel to butt, pull that knee back behind you. Should feel it in the front of your thigh, a little bit into the front of your hip.
Sometimes once you're completely depleted after a good workout, balancing on one leg gets exponentially more complicated.
Much more difficult.
All right, go ahead and switch sides.
Heel to butt, pull that knee back behind you. Torso straight up and down. Oh, you can probably hear that. It sounds like some motorcycles driving by.
All right, let's go for kick your foot up, your toe up towards yourself so you get a nice calf stretch, and then lean down towards that toe so that you actually get a stretch through the back of your thigh as well.
So you don't actually have to reach and actually touch your toe. You just want to use the muscles to the front of your shin to pull those toes back up as much as you can. You should feel it jump into that calf pretty easily. Most people have chronically tight calves, so unless you are just really, really good at keeping your calves limber, you're going to feel this pretty easily.
Go ahead and switch sides.
Just keep those lungs open. Breathing normally, trying to let everything relax as much as you can. As you get more and more tired like this, your body always goes into trying to hold that breath, contract those abs to make everything a little bit easier. Not that it actually does make anything easier. So down with that downward dog. Try to get a straight line from wrist to hip. So push that head down between those arms. And then straight legs, pressing those heels down as best you can.
So if you want to, if you can, take one leg and extend it. Just try to get a little more, isolate that single leg for a good stretch. You also get a stretch to the one that's extended as well. And switch sides. Don't want to keep you upside down for too long. Alright. I'm going to fold one leg under. Sit back at first, get a good core stretch. So I'm curious from you guys which day you thought was hardest this time around, which day left you most sore, which one was the most fun. Just any feedback you can give us, we use it. So we want to hear from you.
Definitely leave us some info in the comment section below or any one of our social media pages. We look at everything, so we'll see it.
Go ahead and switch legs. We're out of time here. If you want a longer cool down and stretch for any of these days, we have tons of stretching videos to choose from. So that's one thing you can definitely do more of. You don't want to do more HIIT than this. You don't want to do additional strength training, but stretching and any kind of really low intensity cardio would be okay.
You just want to make sure that you're not doing long-term stretching. So anything over about 20 seconds or so, holding stretches for over 20 seconds, you don't want to do that before you work out. That's the only caveat. Otherwise, stretching anytime throughout the course of the day is a great way to reduce your overall amount of soreness and also improve just overall flexibility, which is always great.
And I think it's pretty good stress reducer as well. I know a lot of times when we're just kind of lazying around, so we have a lot of, we try to fit in some lazy days here and there. Just even dropping down in front of the television and doing some stretches is a really good way to keep from feeling like a total couch potato. Right.
Hey guys, that is it. If you want to do some more stretches, by all means, continue on your own. But for us, we are done for this routine. The last day of the 5-day challenge. So we have, we actually just uploaded our 600th video just today. So you've got plenty of stuff to choose from for other workouts. I hope you guys enjoyed this 5-day challenge. Other than that, this workout is complete.
Good job, guys.
Bye.